Hey, like Muhammad Ali says, the will got to be stronger than the skills. Today wasn't about skills. Today was about will strength. Cause I knew the type of fighter I was fighting. This guy's a triathlon athlete, for crying out loud. And if I was tired, I knew he was more tired because I worked very hard for this. He's never been 12 rounds before. So we knew we had to break him down. Body shots were hurting him. But this is what it's all about, fighting the best. This is the fight game. You know, this is what we signed for.
The boxing world is completely stunned right now after Teofimo Lopez delivered a shocking retirement announcement that no one expected following his crushing loss to Shakur Stevenson at Madison Square Garden. What was meant to be the biggest moment of Teofimo's career instead became one of the most painful and emotional scenes in modern boxing, as he revealed he is stepping away from the sport with immediate effect. Only hours after losing to Shakur Stevenson in front of a packed crowd at MSG, Teofimo took part in a post-fight interview that is already being remembered as one of the most surprising moments of 2026. With clear emotion in his eyes and a broken tone in his voice, Lopez said something to the interviewer that sent shockwaves across the entire combat sports world.
You can't tell me I'm not great. You cannot tell me I'm not the double greatest since Muhammad Ali. This is what I do. This is what I do best. Now, just to steer it up, I might retire after this. Retirement, man. I'm kind of tired.
Teofimo spoke with obvious pain, saying, "I am finished. I gave everything I had tonight, and it still was not enough. I cannot keep doing this to myself or my family. This was my final fight." The words came without warning, and nobody in the arena or watching from home expected such an emotional statement from the former lightweight champion. The reaction was instant as social media lit up with fans sharing shock, sadness, and disbelief that this could truly be the end. But before breaking down the full retirement message and what it could mean, it is important to look at what actually took place inside the ring that pushed Teofimo Lopez to this moment. The fight itself was a flawless display by Shakur Stevenson, who proved once again why he is viewed as one of the most talented boxers in the world today.
Millions if you could make hundreds.
Of millions?
Yeah.
You believe you can make hundreds of millions outside of boxing?
I believe so, yes, I do.
Well, I understand where you would get your confidence.
From the opening bell, Shakur took full control of the pace, the spacing, and the direction of the fight, using sharp skills and elite defense that left Teofimo frustrated round after round. Teofimo started fast in the first 3 rounds, pushing forward and trying to pressure Shakur while looking for the heavy punches his team had promised during fight week. But Shakur avoided shots with ease, making him miss again and again while landing clean counters that snapped Teofimo's head back and caught the attention of the judges, who were clearly impressed by the accuracy. By the 4th round, the frustration was obvious in Teofimo's body language, as nothing he attempted was working against Shakur's smart defense and high-level ring intelligence.
Oh, I'm very happy. The name of the game in boxing is hit and don't get hit. I'm a master of it. I didn't get hit, and I hit the guy more than he hit me, so it was a great performance for me. I'm happy with it.
People seated close to the ring said they could hear Teofimo corner begging him to stay calm and wait for openings instead of rushing forward without control. The 6th round was especially punishing for Teofimo when Shakur landed a clean 3-punch sequence that badly hurt him and forced him to cling to the ropes just to stay upright. The crowd at Madison Square Garden exploded as Shakur showed a ruthless edge that many critics said he lacked, moving in for the finish and landing heavy shots on a wounded Teofimo. Lopez managed to survive the round, but the damage was clear on his face, and his eyes showed a man searching for answers that never came. Rounds 7 through 9 were total control from Shakur Stevenson, who fought with full confidence and made Teofimo Lopez look completely outmatched.
Well, Shakur, congratulations. Biggest fight of your career. You come up with looked like the finest performance of your career. Was that the performance you were looking for?
Nah, I came in here to prove a point. It wasn't the performance I was looking for, because I came in here trying to prove a point and I was trying to fight.
Every time Lopez tried to start any offense, Shakur stopped it instantly with perfect timing, sharp footwork, and clean counterpunches that scored points and slowly broke Teofimo's confidence. One ringside witness later said it felt like watching a master strategist facing someone still learning the basics, with Shakur always thinking several moves ahead. In round 10, Teofimo made one last desperate effort, unloading everything he had left, hoping to land a single knockout punch that could change the fight. He landed a few solid shots that briefly lifted the crowd, but Shakur stayed calm, absorbed the moment, and fired back with his own sharp combinations. The final 2 rounds were difficult to watch for Teofimo Lopez supporters, as he looked completely beaten in body and mind, while Shakur calmly closed the show and secured the win.
My opponent was a hell of an opponent. He came here, he pushed me to another level. He made me make adjustments in there, he made me think a little bit. And I had to show y'all that I'm a dog too. Y'all keep saying that I'm a runner. I'm pillow fisted, so I kind of stood there in the pocket.
When the final bell sounded, everyone inside Madison Square Garden already knew the outcome, and Teofimo knew it as well, which was clear from the heartbreak written across his face. The judges returned wide scorecards of 118 to 110, 117 to 111, and 119 to 109, all in favor of Shakur Stevenson. It was a clear and dominant win that felt far more one-sided than the fight appeared on paper. Shakur celebrated the victory with his team while Teofimo remained in his corner, completely broken by the realization that his very best effort was not enough on the biggest stage of his career.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, it was a great performance, man. He came in with a game plan. He didn't let up.
The post-fight interview in the ring was short and awkward, with Teofimo giving brief answers and clearly wanting to leave the spotlight as fast as possible. But it was the later backstage interview that really revealed how shaken Teofimo was by the loss and what was running through his mind in those painful moments. Sitting in the interview room with his face still showing the marks from the fight, Teofimo spoke honestly in a way we had never seen before about what comes next. He started by discussing the fight itself, saying Shakur was the better man tonight, he carried out his plan perfectly, and I could not figure him out, give him credit. The humility in that comment surprised everyone because Teofimo has always been known for bold confidence and rarely giving his opponents praise even after a loss.
When Teofimo Lopez said, listen, everyone knows I won this fight, 90% of the people here were cheering for Lopez coming in, they all booed him after he said that.
Then Teofimo's tone changed completely as he began talking about what this loss means for his career and his life beyond boxing. His voice cracked slightly as he said, I have been doing this since I was a kid. I have given up everything for boxing, my childhood, my relationships, my body, everything. You could see the emotion rise as Teofimo thought about all the years of hard work, the intense training camps, and the punishment his body has taken. He continued, I believed I had what it takes to be the best. I really thought I could beat anyone at my peak, but tonight showed me the truth. That raw honesty about facing his own limits as a fighter was hard to watch, especially for fans who have followed Teofimo's journey from the start.
Well, that didn't shock me. By the way, I don't think he was badly hurt with the first knockout. I think what he was more hurt by was realizing this little motherfucker's coming out there and winning round after round, outlanding him. He knew by the middle of that fight he had to turn something around. And by the way, he gave it a little bit more early in the second half of the fight.
The interviewer asked if this was just disappointment speaking, or if he was truly serious about leaving boxing at only 27 with so much still ahead. Teofimo looked straight into the camera and said the words that will be remembered in boxing for years to come. I am retiring. This was my last fight. I have nothing left to prove and nothing left to give. I need to focus on my family and my health now. The room fell completely silent as everyone absorbed what they had just heard, with the interviewer clearly shocked and struggling to ask follow-up questions. Social media exploded the moment he spoke those words, with boxing fans around the world flooding Twitter, Instagram, and every platform with their reactions.
If Teo is Gordo and not just coming in trying to hammer damage, if he's Gordo, you got something going. There's going to be a lot of IQ up in there. Yo, I mean, which one of the two beat Loma? Which one of the two beat Josh Taylor?
One fan quickly tweeted, no way Teofimo is really retiring, he is just emotional right now, give him a few weeks, and he will be back talking about comeback fights. Another devoted supporter wrote, this is heartbreaking to watch. Teofimo gave us so many amazing moments. If this really is the end, thank you for everything, champ. The discussion immediately started over whether this retirement is genuine or just an emotional reaction to a tough loss that Teofimo might reverse later. Many boxing experts and analysts shared their thoughts on social media about what it could mean for the sport if he truly goes through with it. ESPN boxing analyst Timothy Bradley posted, Teofimo is one of the most talented fighters of this generation. I hope he takes the time he needs before making this decision final.
Teofimo Lopez, from a degree, he does have a high boxing IQ as well. He does. I mean, he was able to deal with Lomachenko. He was able to deal with Taylor and other guys. You know, he does possess a high boxing IQ. He has that explosiveness or that elite athleticism.
Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach shared his view, saying losing a big fight is devastating, but retiring at 27 is extreme. The kid still has at least 5 to 10 years of top-level fighting left. However, some people close to Teofimo's camp were not completely shocked by the retirement talk, based on conversations they had with him before the fight. One insider told reporters Teofimo had told those close to him that if he lost to Shakur, he might be finished. He gave everything to this training camp and this fight. That insight makes it clear that this retirement may not just be an emotional reaction, but something Teofimo had seriously considered as a real possibility. In the post-fight interview, he also spoke honestly about the physical toll boxing has taken on his body through years of amateur and professional competition.
But I'm leaning towards Teofimo.
Okay.
Just because I like him. I like him more. He's a good friend of mine.
Okay. And then
Lopez spoke with clear pain. My hands hurt. Every day my back hurts, my head hurts. I am 27, but I feel like 40 because of all the damage I have taken. These health concerns are real and show a truth many fighters face, but few talk about publicly while still competing. The effects on the brain from years of sparring and fighting are being taken more seriously now, especially by younger fighters who have seen the long-term impact. Teofimo went on to talk about his family and how this loss and possible retirement will affect his relationship with his wife and young son. My son is growing up. I want to be there for him. I want to be healthy for him. What is the point of being a champion if I cannot be part of his childhood? That statement hit home for many people who understand that life is bigger than boxing titles and championship belts.
He was the world champion.
There is no comparison to Shakur's style and my son's style.
Yeah.
My son is more entertaining. You know what I'm saying? He has more, how you call it? He has more,
I don't know. There's that it factor.
what do you call it when you have a lot of,
The emotional weight in the room was clear, affecting even veteran boxing reporters who have covered thousands of fights. Teofimo's father, who has been his trainer throughout his career, was visibly shaken in the background and declined to comment when approached by journalists. The relationship between Teofimo and his father has always been intense and complicated, with both the highs and lows of Teofimo's career shaped by his dad's influence. Shakur Stevenson, who was doing his own post-fight interviews, was asked about Teofimo's retirement news and gave a respectful and honest answer. Shakur said, "I respect whatever choice Teofimo makes. This is a tough sport. If he feels it is time to step away, that is his decision, but he is an amazing fighter." Shakur's graciousness and calm after victory contrasted with some of the trash talk seen during the build-up, showing the mutual respect between these warriors.
My granddad is focused, I'm focused, we all locked in on the task, but Teofimo Sr. is nowhere to be found. Last night he was in the lobby, drugged out, head over heels.
I don't gotta worry about that. You
So at the
focusing
end of
on
the
me,
day,
B.
right now,
Yes, you is.
he's
Yes,
emotional.
you is.
That's why he acting
focus
like
on
Why
that.
you clowning, clown?
As news of the retirement spread, other fighters and boxing figures began sharing their thoughts and reactions. Former opponent Vasily Lomachenko posted, "Teofimo is a true warrior. Whatever he decides, he should be proud of his career and what he has achieved." Current lightweight champion Gervonta Davis tweeted, "Damn, I was hoping we could have a rematch one day. Respect to Teofimo for everything he has done in this sport." The support from fellow fighters highlights the respect Teofimo has earned despite some controversial moments and comments during his career. Boxing promoter Bob Arum, who has worked with Teofimo, issued a statement saying, "I hope Teofimo takes time before making any final decisions about his boxing future." Retirement announcements made right after tough losses are often reconsidered once emotions settle and the fighter has time to think.
He said he's the last fight with ESPN. Well, he's in no position to say that because Top Rank has an exclusive deal with ESPN, and he'll fight with whatever network we want to put the fight on.
We have seen it many times in boxing where fighters retire in the heat of the moment, only to come back months or even years later for one more run. But something about the way Teofimo spoke and the pain in his eyes suggests this could be different from those usual emotional retirements. Questions about his legacy are already starting as people debate where Teofimo Lopez stands among his generation, if this really is the end. His record includes wins over Vasily Lomachenko, Richard Cummey, and several other top opponents that will be remembered as major achievements. At his best, Teofimo combined speed, power, and confidence, making him one of the most exciting fighters to watch in the sport.
Still, the WBC lose for him.
But the inconsistency and struggles with motivation have also shaped parts of his career in ways that kept him from reaching his full potential. If Teofimo Lopez really retires at 27, boxing loses one of its most talented, but also most frustrating fighters who never fully reached his peak. The next few weeks will be important as Teofimo processes the loss, spends time with his family, and decides if this retirement is final or just an emotional reaction. For now, the boxing world waits to see if we have truly seen the last of Teofimo Lopez, or if this is just another unpredictable chapter in his career. And that is all for now. For the best updates on news, moments, events, and action in boxing, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications to be alerted whenever we release quality content like this.